Hello, dear friends of Brain Boost International Academy. This is teacher Uncle John, math and science teacher. You're familiar with it as usual. We are going to do a correction of this exercise that was about calculating the highest common factor or the greatest common factor. Question number 1. Maria has 18 red balloons and 24 blue balloons. She wants to group them so that each group has the same number of balloons and no balloons are left. What is the greatest number of groups she can make? What's the greatest number of groups she can make? Here, friends, there are two ways you can check the greatest factor, the highest or the greatest common factor. You can first prime factorize 18 and see the factors, 24 and see the factors. Hence, you multiply the common factors with the smaller indices. There you can come up with the solution. But again, I want to introduce you to the table method where you do prime factorization, both two numbers at a go, and then you immediately come to the answer. For instance, I'll put 18 here and then 24 here, 24 here. Then I start dividing. I will divide by 2 because I see they have even numbers. 18 divided by 2, I will get 9. Write 9 here. 24 divided by 2, I get 12. And again, I have to divide. I cannot put 2. Yes, 12 can divide by. You can divide it by 2, and the remainder is 0. But 9 cannot work with 2. So here, when you are dealing with the highest or the greatest common factor, you have to make sure that a number you put here, a factor you put here, it works on both 9 and 12. So 2 can only work on 12, but it cannot work on 9. So we have to use 3. 3 can work with 9 and 12. So 9 divided by 3 equals to 3. And then 12 divided by 3, you get 4. Then here, we have no any other factor that can divide both 3 and 4. Immediately, we have to stop here. You have to say, there you will have to say that the highest common factor, or GCF, greatest common factor, yes, of 18 and 24 equals to 2 times 3, that results to 6. Therefore, you will say that the greatest number, you will say that the greatest number of groups she can make equals to 6. 6 groups is 6 groups. Number 1 is answered. So we can move to 2. A farmer has 45 mango trees and 60 orange trees. He wants to plant them in rows with the same number of trees in each row of no tree left out. What is the greatest number of trees that can be in each row? We still use the same method, the table method, 45 and then 60 and then 60. We can as well put 2 for 60, but 2 cannot work to 45. And when you're dealing with the greatest common factor, you have to make sure that the factor you put there can divide the two numbers and leaves no remainder. So here you see we need to put in 3, and then 45 divided by 3 you get 15, then 60 divided by 3 you get 20. You get 20. Here 3 can no longer work since it cannot divide 20. So we choose to put 5. 5 works there. Where you find that 15 divided by 5 is 3, and then 20 divided by 5 you get 4. Immediately there is no any other number that can divide both 3 and 4. You have to stay there. You have to stay there. Then you say that the highest common factor or greatest common factor of 45 and 60 is equal to 3 times 5. That results to 15. Hence, when you're done with this, you say that the greatest number, you can say that yes, that the greatest number of trees, the greatest number of trees that can be in each row, in each row is 15 trees. Good. Here, that is the answer. Let's try to move down on the question number 3. Still, we are using the table method. A school has 36 boys and 48 girls. The teacher wants to divide them into teams with an equal number of boys and girls in each team. What is the greatest number of teams the teacher can form? We repeat again. A school has 36 boys and 48 girls. The teacher wants to divide them into teams with an equal number of boys and girls in each team. What is the greatest number of teams that a teacher can form? Let's try to do it in a table method. We press 36 here, and then next we press 48 here, that stands for girls. 48 here, that stands for girls. Since both two numbers are even numbers, so the factor that we'll have to put here first will be 2. Will be 2. 2 can divide both numbers. 36 divided by 2, we get 18. 48 divided by 2, we get 24. 24. We still need to put 2 since both the remainders are even numbers. 18 divided by 2, we get 9. But 24 divided by 2, we get 12. 2 can no longer work to 9, but it can work to 12. So the fact that it cannot work on two numbers, on all of the numbers, we can not continue using 2. Now we are going to shift next to 3. So we use 3 here. It is only 3 that can divide 9, because 9 divided by 3 we get 3. But 12 divided by 3 we get 4. So immediately we have to stop here. Why should we stop here? Because there is no number that can commonly divide 3 and 4 at a go. That number that not exist. So we come this side and say that the GCF, the highest common factor, or the GCF of 36 and 48 and 48, 36 and 48 equals to 2 power, you can say 2 times 2 times 3, that is equal to 2 times 2 equals to 4, 4 times 3 equals to 12, equals to 12. Then some people can say, instead of writing 2 times 2, you can choose to write it in index form, where you can say 2 power 2 times 3, but still results in the same number. It always gives 12. Whether you say 2 times 2 times 3 equals to 12, or whether you say 2 power 2 times 3, it still gives 12. Okay, here you can say, the question was, what is the greatest number? The greatest number, you can come here and say, that the greatest number of teams the teacher can form is, the teacher can form is the greatest number the teacher can form is 12. 12 teams. 12 teams. It's 12 teams. This is the answer. You see, when you use the table method, everything becomes very simple. I'm here to make math simple, friends. When you always pay attention, when you always switch on Brain Boost International Academy, you benefit more. Let's try this question number 4 together, and we are still using the table method. Can I first give you time? You do it, and then we compare the result together. Yes, you can use this time. You can pause the video. You first do each question. That's the way you follow these videos, and then you benefit more. When you reach, like we have finished the first, you pause the video, you first try it, give it a try, then when you're done to find your answer, you again unpause the video, then you see, you check, you compare the answers, and as you see some misconceptions. So here we use the table method. We are pressing HCFor here. We are again pressing 108 here, and since that both two numbers are even numbers, here we are pressing 2 here. After pressing 2 here, this side, after pressing 2 that side, we are dividing as usual. So here, HCFor divided by 2, we get 42. Then 108 divided by 2, we shall get 54. 54. And then by 2 again by 2. 44 divided by 2, you get 21. 54 divided by 2, we shall get 27. So tool can no longer work on odd numbers. It has been working on even numbers, but the remainders are now odd numbers. So now we have to switch to 3. When we press 3 here, 21 divided by 3, we shall get 7. Well, 27 divided by 3, we shall get 9. There is no number left that can divide 7 and 9 at a go, so it means we are done. We immediately come this side and say the highest common factor or the greatest common factor of HCFor and 108 equals to 2 times 2 times 3. I guess the answer is what? 2 times 2 equals to 4. Yes. Then 4 times 3 equals to? Yes. 4 times 3 equals to 12. Good. Then you come down and say, that the greatest possible length of each piece, the greatest possible length the greatest possible length that the greatest possible length the greatest possible length of each piece is 12 centimeters. You see, 2 ribbons of 84 centimeters and 108 centimeters long. The tailor wants to cut both ribbons into equal pieces without wasting any part. What is the greatest possible length of each piece? That means they are saying you should calculate the highest common factor or the greatest common factor. And the only way to do it, the only possible way to do it is to use this table method or use the other prime factorization each number, and then you multiply the factors with the smaller indices. You come to the result of 12 centimeters long. Thank you, friends of Brain Boost International Academy. I humbly request you, friends, to subscribe to my channel, Brain Boost International Academy. You like and share with your friends. Thank you. Ciao.